of our cadet seniors, if you have not yet done so, please move to the seating area who are able to move onto the field to promote your cadet. While you're getting settled, we wanted to take a moment to invite you to the beach bash hosted by Anapa. Hope to see everyone there after the parade.
Evening, everybody. I just want to make one last announcement for my senior parents. If I missed anybody, if you can move down to the bottom left-hand row, that way it's easier for you when you get ready to move on up to help promote your cadet. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Stephen M. Bliss Stadium. My name is Cadet Sergeant Nehemiah Brunson Jr., and I'm the voice of the Army and Navy Academy. We would like to extend a warm Academy welcome to the members of our Board of Trustees, faculty and staff, and of course the many alumni, parents, patrons, and friends of the Academy who are joining us today. In the event of an emergency and we have to evacuate the area, please use the exits located at the ticket booth and the exit behind the press box. Please walk, do not run, and help those who are in need of assistance. Instructions will be given to you as you exit the area. Keep all areas designated for emergency vehicles or medical teams clear. On behalf of Major General Peggy Combs, Class of 2025, and Army and Navy Academy Corps of Cadets, we would like to welcome you to our annual commissioning ceremony, sword presentation, and military parade. Reviews can be traced to the Middle Ages when rulers demonstrated their military strength by conducting ceremonies in the presence of their competitors. In the American Army, the format for reviews were taken from Baron Frederick von Steuben, Blue Book, and were practiced by revolutionary units. As a matter of tradition, music has played a significant role throughout military history for signaling units in camp or on the battlefield. The colors, at the center of the formation, represent their presence at the forefront of the regiment during the heat of the battle. Cadets at Army and Navy Academy have honored the traditions of our school through the years by gathering on the parade field and marching together as a unit. Today, the Corps of Cadets will be led by the Class of 2025. The adjutant now directs the band to sound attention. This starts a sequence of commands and movements to bring the battalion to the final line.
Sound attention!
Next, the adjutant commands sound adjutant's call to align the battalion on the final line. He then walks swiftly to a position in front of the Corps of Cadets, who will present the battalion to the commander of troops.
Sound adjutant's call!
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand, if able, for the arrival of the nation's colors. Military tradition has it that the Honor Company receives the colors to begin reviews and ceremonies. The Company of the Year is designated the Honor Company. Our Honor Company is Band Company. Band Company is commanded by Cadet Captain Ray Kim from Fullerton, California. The Battalion Adjutant, Cadet Captain Logan Rogers from Cherry Hills Village, Colorado, commands March on the Colors. Thank you. Please be seated. The adjutant now presents the Corps of Cadets to the commander of troops, who assumes command of the battalion.
Bring your units to present arms! Present! Present! Arms! Present! Present! Arms! Present! Present! Arms! Present! Present!
The commander of troops is Army Navy Academy Battalion Commander Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Ethan Shadati from Phoenix, Arizona. His staff includes Honor Council President and Chief Virtue Officer Cadet Major Eler Wang, Honolulu, Hawaii. Senior Class President Cadet Major Eugenio Elordi, Mexicali, Baja California, Mexico. ASB President and Morale Officer Cadet Major Romel Nelson Vega, Mexicali, Baja California, Mexico. Battalion Executive Officer Cadet Major Sanjay Swaru, Tustin, California. The Battalion Command Sergeant Major Cadet Command Sergeant Major Kelly McKinley, Vista, California. S1 Adjutant Cadet Captain Logan Rogers, Cherry Hills Village, Colorado. S2 Information Officer Cadet Captain Gabe Panza, Ornex, France. S3 Operations Officer Cadet Major Lance Germani, San Diego, California. S3 Operations Sergeant Major Cadet Sergeant Major Casey Teamer from Hawthorne, California. S4 Logistics Officer Cadet Captain Rudy Nelson, Mexicali, Baja California, Mexico. S5 Public Affairs Officer Cadet Captain Carlos Ramirez, Fallbrook, California. S6 Admissions Officer Cadet Captain Corey Fatiaki, Oceanside, California. S7 Equal Opportunity Officer Cadet Captain Ricardo Sencomane, Kigali, Rwanda. S8 Comptroller Officer Cadet Master Sergeant Justin Huang, Newport Coast, California. And S9 Community Relations Officer Cadet Captain Jack Jafarian, Reno, Nevada. The Commander of Troops, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Ethan Shadati, will formally present the Corps of Cadets to the reviewing party, officially welcoming them to our ceremony.
Bring your units to present arms! Present!
Present!
Arms! Present! Present! Arms! Present! Present! Arms! Present! Present!
The Director of Leadership Development and Virtues, Lieutenant Colonel Kirby Scarborough, United States Army Retired, represents the local commander.
Sir, the Corps is formed.
Carry out the plan of the day.
Sir. Bring your units to order, arms, and break! Break! Order!
Order!
Arms! Break!
Break!
Left! Order!
Order!
Arms! Break!
Break!
Left! Order! Order! Arms! Break!
Break!
Right! Order!
Order!
Break!
The reviewing officials include Major General Retired Peggy Combs, the 16th President of Army and Navy Academy, Dr. Patricia Zeri, Dean of Academics, Lieutenant Colonel Retired Roland Morocco, Commandant of Cadets, Class of 1990, Lieutenant Colonel Retired Kirby Scarborough, Director of Leadership, and Mr. Nehemiah Brunson, Athletic Director. After the Corps of Cadets is presented to the reviewing officials, the band is ordered to sound off. Today, this gives our Atkinson Warrior Band the opportunity to entertain you with military marching music. However, historically, the sound-off tradition began in order to inspire formation of troops before going into battle. Today, the band will be performing a medley of service songs. We invite those of you in the audience who have served or are currently serving to please stand when your service song is played so we can recognize you for your service.
Sound up!
The United States Army. United States Marine Corps. Air Force. United States Coast Guard. The United States Space Force. Ladies and gentlemen, the Atkinson Warrior Band, under the leadership of Army and Navy Academy's bandmaster, Mr. Leland Lugo. The band is led by Drum Major Cadet Sergeant First Class Johnny Zhang from Beijing, China, and the band company commander Cadet Captain Ray Kim. Let's hear it one more time for the Atkinson Warrior Band. When Baron von Steuben wrote his Manual of Discipline, he stated that there were to be certain ruffles for generals. It is interesting to note that General George Washington was not accorded ruffles. Instead, his arrival was announced by a march, more than likely Washington's March. Ruffles were not considered elegant and were used exclusively by the military. It was sometime before trumpets were added to the drum rolls. It is believed they were so used during the War of 1812. Ruffles and flourishes are sounded to render military honors and precede prescribed music for persons being honored. Ruffles, played by the drums, and flourishes, played by bugles or band, are performed simultaneously. Honors for dignitaries were modified to include a flourish of trumpets called the Three Cheers. It is likely that this particular salute evolved into the ruffles and flourishes as they are played today.
Bring your unit to attention and preset arms! Commander!
Platoon!
Officer! Preset!
Preset!
Arms! Attention! Preset!
Preset!
Arms! Governor!
Platoon!
Attention! Preset!
Preset!
Arms!
Platoon!
Preset!
Preset!
Platoon!
Attention! Preset!
Preset! Attachment! Attention! Preset! Preset! Arms! Attention! Preset! Arms!
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand, if able, for the playing of honors to Major General Combs. Thank you. Please be seated. Major General Combs will now conduct the traditional inspection of the Corps of Cadets. Joining her today in the reviewing party are Lieutenant Colonel Morocco, Lieutenant Colonel Scarborough, Lieutenant Colonel Eric Kunek, Dr. Zari, Mr. Nehemiah Brunson, Chief Warrant Officer Ford, and Staff Sergeant Nixon.
Forward! March!
Army and Navy Academy was founded by Colonel Thomas A. Davis on 23rd of November 1910 in Pacific Beach, California, with an initial enrollment of 13 cadets. Due to the Great Depression and the high cost of rent in the San Diego area, Colonel Davis was forced to relocate, and in 1936 he was offered property here in Carlsbad by the Anderson family, who were in very much favor of having a boys' military school in Carlsbad. Thus, the academy was reopened on September 15, 1936 in the Red Apple Inn, an old hotel located on the Anderson property. The building still stands today and has been converted into the academy dining facility. On December 20, 1943, Colonel W.C. Atkinson, who served Army Navy Academy for 56 years from 1924 until his death in 1983, was named by the Board of Directors as the 5th President of the Academy. In 1948, the Red Apple Inn was dedicated and renamed Fagan Hall in honor of the first Commanding General of Camp Pendleton, Major General Joseph Fagan. Over the years, numerous dormitories and buildings were erected to include the Samuel Warfield Peterson Library, named in honor of Major Pete, our 4th President, and the Virginia Powell Atkinson Memorial Chapel. The completion of the chapel was a realization of a long-time dream of Mrs. Atkinson to have a chapel on the beach. The administration building, Davis Hall, though completed in 1939, was actually dedicated in 1960 to Colonel Thomas A. Davis, founder of the Academy. On October 31st, 1994, Coach John Mafucci Field was dedicated in honor of our longtime coach who built a superb athletic program over a career that spans 59 years. Throughout the 90s, many major building projects took place, which gave us a modern dormitories, Korean Hall, named for the Korean family who are longtime supporters of the school, and Atkinson Hall, which was named after the Atkinson family. In 2005, Anderson Hall was completed, and in 2013, Duffield Sports Center was completed. This sports center is a modern, versatile, multi-purpose sports complex and is named in recognition of Academy patrons Cheryl and David Duffield. General Stephen M. Bliss Stadium, in which the ceremony is taking place today, is where we host numerous Warrior Home sporting events and the cadet military reviews like the one you are viewing. The Army and Navy Academy is continuing to grow and improve. In August 2020, we finished construction on our newest building, which houses our Leadership Development Department, and just a month ago, in August 2023, we dedicated the newly renovated Fitzgerald Innovation and Aviation Hall. The mission of the Academy is to educate, mentor, and develop good character in young men, and more than 4,000 cadets have graduated from the Academy since that beginning back in 1910. The cadets of the Corps are the institution itself, and our alumni continually serve our community as teachers, coaches, doctors, lawyers, businessmen, government service, as well as in all military service and ranks from private to 4-star general. The Army and Navy Academy has a rich history, steeped in a continuing commitment to our values: honor, integrity, responsibility, compassion, and gratitude. These values are the bedrock of good character and virtue and remind us each day of our purpose.
Bring your units to attention! Company!
Attention!
Attention! Company!
Platoon!
Attention! Company!
Platoon!
Attention! Company!
Platoon!
Attention!
Platoon!
And now, the colors and company commanders with their guidons will march forward for honors to the nation.
Commanders and colors! Center! March!
Please stand, if able, for the presentation of the colors and remain standing for our national anthem. be seated.
Bring your units to order! Arms!
Attention!
Order!
Order!
Company!
Platoon!
Order!
Order!
Company!
Platoon!
Order!
Order!
Company!
Platoon!
Order!
Platoon! Order!
Forward! March! Senior! Right center! March!
Taking their positions front and center of the reviewing area are the members of our senior class who recite the officer and leader oath as part of their commissioning as an officer within the Corps of Cadets. Our commissioning ceremony is symbolic of a journey's end and a journey's beginning. The young men seated before us today are a testimony to a way of life that begins here at Army and Navy Academy. This way of life is one of leadership, scholarship, sportsmanship, service to our communities, our nation, and our world. Army Navy Academy demands the highest standards of behavior and performance from these young men. Listen in a few moments to the ideals and expectations contained within the oath. We here at Army Navy Academy know that we need today in our global community more young men who will accept these challenges and live up to these high expectations. Ladies and gentlemen, Major General Combs.
Senior, parade, rest. Bring your units to a knee.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome, parents, family members, members of our Board of Trustees, friends and families of Army and Navy Academy. I don't usually speak at parades, but this is a special parade because it is honoring our senior class through their commissioning today. I've asked the battalion to take a knee because it is really getting warm out here and it's going to be quite a long portion of this ceremony. They usually don't do that, but we need to do it today. so that we can take the appropriate time to honor our seniors with their commissioning. Seniors, Warrior Battalion leadership. I have one very simple 3-word challenge for you this year as you complete your journey here at the Academy with distinction. These 3 words are lead with honor. As you know, we are focusing on honor this month as part of our Warrior Virtue Development Program. And I'd like to take a moment to expand on the definition of honor and its elements as we all take on the charge to lead with honor. Honor is the adherence to a code of integrity, dignity, and ethical conduct. It encompasses a commitment to moral principles and the maintenance of one's reputation and character through honorable actions. Honor involves both self-respect and respect for others. It drives us to act with honesty, fairness, and a sense of duty. There are 5 key elements of honor. First, integrity, upholding moral and ethical standards consistently. Second, reputation, maintaining a positive and respected personal and professional image. Third, responsibility, being faithful to commitments, duties, and relationship. Putting the needs of others above those of your own. Accountability, taking responsibility for your actions and their consequences. And lastly, courage, standing up for what is right, even in the face of adversity. Always choosing the hard right over the easy wrong. Honor is essential for building a life of integrity and respect. It serves as a moral compass, guiding us to act ethically and uphold our commitments. In leadership, honor fosters trust and loyalty and enhances credibility and respect. A unit that values honor is more likely to thrive on principles of fairness, justice, and mutual respect. By embodying honor, you leaders will contribute to a culture of integrity and ethical conduct, which benefits both yourselves individually, your peers, and subordinates who you serve, and our Army and Navy Academy community. So Warrior Battalion senior leaders, answer the charge to lead with honor, and you will take both your leadership skills and this battalion to the next level of excellence. I have the utmost faith and confidence in all of you to do so. We are Warrior Pro!
Warrior Strong!
Ladies and gentlemen, Lieutenant Colonel Scarborough.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us for this special moment in a cadet's time here at the Academy. The commissioning oath is an individual commitment made freely, publicly, without mental reservation in support of the Academy and its values. Gentlemen, by accepting your position and rank today, you solemnly promise to uphold the highest standards of citizenship and leadership established by the Junior Reserve Officer Training Corps and the policies that govern Army and Navy Academy. You also promise to uphold the values, honor, and traditions of the Corps of Cadets, past, present, and future. You further promise to set the example and serve for the underclassmen through your leadership, personal behavior, consistency, and self-discipline. Seniors, are you ready to make this commitment to leadership excellence?
Yes, sir!
Seniors, attention!
At this time, Lieutenant Colonel Scarborough will now administer the officer's oath.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Accept my commission as a cadet officer in the Warrior Battalion of the Army and Navy Academy. I'm committed to leadership excellence as prescribed by the ideas, standards, and expectations of the Army and Navy Academy's values, history, and tradition. I will always strive to be an example of the ideal citizen and leader among the young men of Army and Navy Academy. I will always strive to be an example of the ideal citizen and leader in my community. Warrior proud.
Warrior strong.
Seniors, parade, best. Congratulations, gentlemen.
The next portion of the parade is our sword presentation. The sword presented today is the official sword of the Corps of Cadets at the United States Military Academy, West Point, New York. These swords symbolize the trust and confidence Army and Navy Academy places in our cadet leaders. They are leaders and examples for the Corps of Cadets to emulate. It is with great pleasure and pride that we bestow on each cadet officer this symbol of position, rank, authority, and responsibility. The leaders of the Warrior Battalion, Class of 2025, have pledged to fulfill the obligations under the JROTC Leadership Creed and the Army and Navy Academy Leadership Oath, are hereby ordered to assume leadership roles within the Warrior Battalion, with all rights and privileges thereto. By authority of the 16th President of the Army and Navy Academy, signed Peggy C. Combs, Major General, United States Army, retired. Parents of our senior cadets, please come forward and promote your cadet after they receive their swords. Making their way to the field, present the senior class their ceremonial swords are Major General Combs, Colonel Retired Blaine Hedges, United States Army, Dr. Zari, Lieutenant Colonel Morocco, Lieutenant Colonel Scarborough, Chief Warrant Officer for Manny Ortiz, and Lieutenant Colonel Eric Cunyac. Lieutenant Colonel Ethan Shadadi. Command Sergeant Major Kelly McKinley. Major Sanjay Swarup. Major Sanjay Swaroop. And Major Lance Germani. Major Sergeant Justin Hong. Major Ramo Nelson Vega. Sergeant Major Casey Teamer. Captain Jack Jafarian. Major Eugene Elorde. Major Eler Wang. Captain Ricardo Saint-Gomain. Captain Corey Fadiaki. Captain Carlos Ramirez. Captain Gabriel Panzuk. Captain Rudy Nelson. Captain Logan Rogers. Sergeant Nehemiah Brunson. Second Lieutenant Cameron Coslow. Second Lieutenant Sean Den. Staff Sergeant Max Elliott. Captain Kai Escobedo. Sergeant Ruyan Feng. Staff Sergeant Todd Fisher. Sergeant Stefan Gajic. Second Lieutenant Trevor Grace. First Lieutenant Palmer Free. Sergeant Jacob Hester. Captain Ray Kim. Captain Brody Coach. Captain Xavier Leatherman. Second Lieutenant Xingchen Lee. Captain Jim Luell. Staff Sergeant Ricky Lewell. First Lieutenant Hung Nguyen. Second Lieutenant Amgalan Monkpatar. Captain Spencer Law. Second Lieutenant Min Nguyen. Second Lieutenant Andrew Penturis. First Lieutenant Mason Raposa. Sergeant Cody Rhodes. Staff Sergeant Mario Ricker. Staff Sergeant Augustine Ramirez. Staff Sergeant William Palmer. Second Lieutenant Alexander Standingwater. Sergeant Nathaniel Weber. Captain Ian Wytrack. Sergeant Elliot Seifert. First Lieutenant Wyatt Shigley. Sergeant Daniel Rush.
Let's hear it for our senior class! Bring your unit to attention and parade! Run! Seniors! Attention! Seniors, drop! Sir! Present! On!
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the leaders of the Warrior Battalion.
Order! On! Seniors! Return! Good! sir. Pass! And review! Right. Hey.
The Commander of Troops will now parade the Corps of Cadets and perform a pass and review. The pass and review is a long-standing tradition that began as a way for newly assigned commander to inspect the troops. Today, the cadets will pass and review and salute to Army and Navy Academy parents and patrons joining us today. During the pass and review, as the colors pass your front, we ask that you please stand if able. Today's reviewing official is Major General Combs and the reviewing party. Major General Combs also invites all parents of our warrior leaders who received swords today to join us on the sideline for the review.
Forward! March!
Leading the battalion is the battalion commander, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Ethan Shadaya. Along with the battalion leadership are the Corps of Cadets company leadership. Band Company, under the leadership of Company Commander Cadet Captain Ray Kim. Executive Officer Cadet First Lieutenant Xiao Li, Hangzhou, China. Drum Major Cadet Sergeant Major Johnny Zhang. And Company First Sergeant Cadet First Sergeant Zay Jasser, Scottsdale, Arizona. Alpha Company, under the leadership of Company Commander Cadet Captain Kai Escobedo, Fullerton, California. Executive Officer Cadet First Lieutenant Mason Raposo from Modesto, California. And Company First Sergeant Cadet First Sergeant Vincent Z, Las Vegas, Nevada. Bravo Company, under the leadership of Company Commander Cadet Captain Ian Wytrack, Mill Valley, California. Executive Officer Cadet First Lieutenant Y. Shigley from Homul, California. And Company First Sergeant Cadet First Sergeant George Cobos, Carson, California. Charlie Company, under the leadership of Company Commander Cadet Captain Brody Coe, Alamo, California. Executive Officer Cadet First Lieutenant Hung Nguyen, Saigon, Vietnam. And Company First Sergeant Cadet First Sergeant Matthew Spears, Dallas, Texas. Color Guard, under the leadership of Cadet Sergeant Major Casey Teamer. Flight Company, under the leadership of Company Commander Cadet Captain Jim Liu from Mont, California. Executive Officer Cadet First Lieutenant Aaron Jiang from Taipei, Taiwan. And Company First Sergeant Cadet First Sergeant Val Albuz, Santa Cruz, California. Echo Company, under the leadership of Company Commander Cadet Captain Spencer Locke, Pilot Hill, California. Executive Officer Cadet First Lieutenant Palmer Free from San Clemente, California. And Company First Sergeant Cadet First Sergeant Brian Chang, Keelung, Taiwan. Souls Guard Commander Cadet Captain Xavier Leatherman, Oceanside, California.
See, everything's taped down.
Ma'am, the ceremony's complete. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
On behalf of Major General Combs, the Corps of Cadets, and everyone here at the Army and Navy Academy, we hope you enjoyed our ceremony. The cadets will be making their way back to the main campus for final dismissal. You can meet your cadet by Bliss Cafe, near the center of campus. We appreciate you sharing this weekend with us and look forward to seeing you back for Homecoming/Alumni Weekend on October 18th through the 20th. The cadet store is open for your convenience to grab some new A&A swag. Again, I want to take a moment to invite families to the Beach Bash hosted by Anapa this evening down by the Rec Hall. We hope to see everyone there after the parade. Have a wonderful rest of your evening.